Wow. Man, that was one of the best SmackDown endings I've seen in a while from a babyface cheering standpoint. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the Dan E Show. I'm your host, Daniel Cody, and this is where I give commentary and thoughts on all things wrestling. Now, I gotta warn you, I'm gonna talk about the results, so if you don't want things to be spoiled, this might not be the right time, but if you want to hear the results, this is where I give results with reviews. So, and I'm sure you've seen the episode of Smackdown because it's easy to find, being that it is on network television. But if you haven't yet already, there are videos on YouTube. But let's talk about what happened. Excuse me, guys, I'm sweating a little bit. It's summertime, of course. However, let's get started with the opening segment of Friday Night Smackdown, where Bayley, with the Raven from Teen Titans Go haircut, teamed with Seth Rollins to go up against Cesaro and Bianca Belair. And I have to say, there was an iconic moment to me at the start of the match, which showed Cesaro using Bianca in a way that reminded me of Jet Li and Aaliyah from the movie Romeo Must Die many years ago in 2000, when Cesaro used Bianca to do a spin kick in midair while holding her in the air, just like Jet Li did, because of the belief that a guy is not supposed to fight a woman. And it's crazy because if this were the Attitude Era, Bayley would have been swinging. It was a couple of times where, if provoked during the Attitude Era, Bayley would have had a headache because she would have been swung round and round like a merry-go-round. But of course, because this is a PG era, we have to do things a little bit different. And I can respect that, of course. I really can. However, it was fun. That moment reminded me of Romeo Must Die. However, unfortunately, Bayley, from a rooting for a wrestler standpoint, was able to get the pin. To me, however, Bayley and Bianca in that situation and in that tag match reminded me a lot of Triple H and Angle versus Shawn Michaels and Batista, because during that match on Raw in June of 2005, Shawn Michaels had fought a recently drafted to Raw Kurt Angle in the audience, while Triple H was able to go for a pedigree pinfall 1, 2, 3, keeping him in the title picture for the third pay-per-view for them to face off. And of course, we saw Batista have a clean sweep against Triple H. WrestleMania, Batista defeated Triple H at WrestleMania Backlash, but Triple H got a pinfall victory on Raw, only to be defeated again outside Hell in a Cell at Vengeance. Could we see the same thing happen with Bayley and Bianca? Because Bianca defeated Bayley at WrestleMania Backlash, at Hell in a Cell, and Bayley was able to score a victory, a pinfall victory, for her tag team match. So that keeps her in line for another championship opportunity, and so this rivalry is going to be prolonged. But we could see another clean sweep, just like we did with Triple H versus Batista, which, me personally, I'm rooting for. Nothing against Bayley, even though she technically is the villain, but I'm rooting for Bianca Belair in this potential situation, and to see if we can get some more competition against Bianca, because Bayley's had 2 chances, with all due respect. Who else is worthy? I mean, Sasha's gone on vacation. She always goes on vacation after WrestleMania. It's really crazy. Last year she did, no, the other year she went on vacation at WrestleMania. This is becoming a thing. But anyway, we want to see some more competition, but I guess there's not a lot of big ones out there right now. So we have to continue this rivalry right here. So we'll see what happens, but I'm betting there's going to be a clean sweep at Money in the Bank. And it's going to be before a live audience, which is also very exciting. Speaking of the women, this is a pretty ridiculous angle with Carmella in this most beautiful woman in all of WWE situation, because I have a couple of people who I think look greater than her, that I like personally greater than her, like Kayla Braxton, Sasha, even though she's on vacation, Vega, but she's technically not coming back yet. But there's a couple of people I can think of that I like attractively better than you. But quite frankly, nobody cares about a beauty contest. This is the WWE, and we came to wrestle, not see people look cute. In my personal opinion, I want to see people wrestle. I want to see somebody get body slammed, not look cute. That is so 20 years ago. But either way, Carmella is still with this, I'm the most prettiest woman in WWE, but you're still on a losing streak. You've lost 2 weeks in a row. So, yeah, you got your looks and you got your losses. So, time to do some cleaning. But good news is Corey agrees with that she is the most beautiful woman in the world, according to Corey. Speaking of Corey, Corey's best friend, Baron Corbin, I thought I saw him in tears as Shinsuke was being ignited King of the Ring. I don't know what's next for the poor man. But he looked like he was about to cry. Not as much as Kurt Angle used to cry back in the day, but he is certainly the King of the Ring, Shinsuke, for now. But back to the situation with Carmella. Carmella is being announced as the first member of the female Money in the Bank winner. Money in the Bank contestant, rather, I apologize. However, someone else wants to be a contestant. Her name is Liv Morgan. Her ally, Ruby Riott. Her ally, Ruby Riott, was recently let go because of the WWE's budget cuts, unfortunately, along with Braun Strowman. Darn it! But either way, Liv Morgan is getting her own personal push, which I can applaud. The last time she was in a huge, almost 4-star at least storyline was with her and Lana, and Rusev with Bobby Lashley last year. That was an interesting storyline. It was a bit entertaining. To me, it was. However, it's good to see her get her push a little bit. I think everybody needs to push their talents just to see how great they are and develop talent to make the show greater and make every part of the show greater, so that we can stop seeing comments saying those 2 minutes were better than the 2 hours of Smackdown, or those 3 minutes were better than the 3 hours of Raw altogether. We got to push some people so we can all make the show better. But moving on, congratulations, Liv Morgan, for defeating Carmella. And Carmella is still trying to boast her own ego. Help, Lord. Either way, moving on to some more important business. Big E has defeated Apollo Crews. Apollo does that accent pretty well. I gotta be honest. That he does his accent very well. I know I say that one day somebody like Triple H is going to catch him off guard, just like he did with Kofi Kingston. Because Kofi Kingston played an accent being a descendant of Ghana, West Africa, and Apollo Crews, even though he's from my home state of Georgia, has Nigerian descendancy to his name as well. So that's pretty cool. And he does the accent very well, just like Kofi did his very well before he let his go and just started talking himself in his own way. But anyway, Apollo versus Big E. Big E won, and next week we're going to have Kevin Owens, the rematch against Sami Zayn, and I hope Kevin Owens wins and Sami can finally shut up with all. Because I got to give kudos to somebody who looks a lot more attractive than Carmella. Kayla Braxton, I gotta give her credit for putting up with Sami Zayn's craziness. But either way, moving on also, let's talk real business. Jimmy Uso takes on Dolph Ziggler for trust and to prove to his cousin Roman Reigns that he is worthy of being his new right hand man, because Jay is out of the picture because he's been driven crazy because of the issues and Jimmy not liking how Jay is being treated. So Jimmy puts on an amazing match with Dolph Ziggler and wins. And miraculously, might I say, because the fact that he survived the zigzag on the steel steps was amazing. And to come back from that, now WWE gets to give Jimmy the same push, singles push rather, as Jay was getting, because Jay was getting quite the push, let's not lie. He was getting a good push with the angle as being Roman's contender for the championship as well as the right hand man. So I'm very interested in what's going to happen next in this family drama. I really am. But speaking of which, the ending was one of the best parts of the night. And I know there are a lot of people who will agree with me when I say that. Edge is back. And I got to say, I'm happy to see Edge back again because let's be realistic. Roman doesn't have much competition left. Dare I say, I don't think he has any competition left. He's beating everybody. He sent Daniel Bryan packing. He defeated Cesaro. He defeated KO. He defeated his own cousin. He defeated Raw's Drew McIntyre in a Smackdown versus Raw match at Survivor Series. And he defeated both Edge and Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania, where he stacked them and pinned them. And so there's not much competition, and he is going, and I believe he is going to break JBL's record as longest reigning SmackDown champion in history. Not only that, I think he's going to go down in history as one of the baddest heels ever, even better than JBL himself. But Roman has buried all the competition. Rey Mysterio, just all the competition has been buried, and he has gone down in history as one of the biggest heels, the toughest heels to beat ever. Villain, aka. And so now Edge is back. And finally, the good news about this is we get to see the match that I said I wanted to see at first at WrestleMania. But looks like we're going to get it at Money in the Bank, and I can't wait to see that. Spear versus Spear, Guillotine versus Anti-Venom, the match that we were supposed to see at WrestleMania. We still had a great triple threat match, but the match we were supposed to see at WrestleMania, we're going to see at Money in the Bank, I believe. Or as Edge would say back in the day, bank on it. 15 years ago, he used to say that. But hey, I can't wait to see it. I think he's the only thing left. I don't think anybody else has a shot at dethroning him. CM Punk would have made a great competitive rival of Roman Reigns. However, CM Punk has said on many sports medias that he is not coming back to WWE to wrestle anytime soon. And he's even gone so far to say that he is not a WWE fan and he's not a fan of today's booking. So the only true competition is Edge himself. And I can't wait to see that match. I don't know who's going to win, but this is going to make it real interesting. And if Roman beats Edge, I don't know who else is going to be left. I really don't. Because The Rock is busy doing his Young Rock documentary and hopefully running for president 10 years from now. But either way, no one's going to stop Roman. Edge might be our only hope. For those of you who, as a wrestling fan, are looking for Roman to be dethroned, Edge might be your only hope, because I don't know if anyone can stop him if Edge can't. But I'm excited to see this match, and I can't wait to see how it goes. It is going to be an amazing WrestleMania caliber match. That's all the time I have for you today, and I'll be back with another review on all things wrestling. Have a good night. See you later.